Fine dining tonight, what you would have to order and how many people you could feed on the amount Mayor Greg Davis racked up at one high-end restaurant.
They locked the doors and we had to stay away from the windows and move far away.
School lockdown, Facebook death threats against Millington High. Get action. Find out who is making them and where he is now.
Town survival. No gas for 6 months means no hot showers or cooking for some. Tonight, the problem and how it has nothing to do with pipelines.
Our big story tonight at 6. Check, please. Tens of thousands of dollars at top-notch restaurants across the country, and you're getting the bill. Tonight, we're digging deeper into extravagant spending by a Mid-South mayor. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Richard Ransom.
I'm Claudia Barr. That grumbling you hear is not your stomach, it's taxpayers. On your side, investigator Scott Knoll is live with a closer look at the numbers and why at least one server says she's not surprised. Scott.
Well, Claudia, this all came to light after the state auditor's office demanded South Haven's mayor repay nearly $171,000 of so-called personal expenses. Investigators point out Greg Davis did not submit receipts nor itemized statements to explain the charges, so we did a little math. At Windy City Grill in Hernando, they're used to the power lunch.
A lot of lawyers during the day, businessmen.
What workers here aren't used to seeing are numbers like we found on South Haven's mayor's credit card. $1,300 in one day at this Ridgeland, Mississippi restaurant. Almost $2,100 in 5 visits to Mint Restaurant in Ridgeland. The list covers meals across the U.S., but one number that jumps out, $7,578.86. That's one charge at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Biloxi in July 2009. We don't know what was on the menu that night, but we called Ruth's Chris. Turns out that total will feed 150 people a 3-course dinner. A salad, side, filet, and dessert. Tax, tip, and drinks extra.
I've never seen a $7,000 check, even on the biggest parties that I've waited on.
But that doesn't mean Katie Stribling is surprised. That's because she used to work at Mesquite Chop House in South Haven. Credit card records show 18 different visits to the steakhouse using the mayor's card between June 2009 and last February. The total bill to taxpayers, $6,371.42. Stribling says the mayor was a regular, sometimes alone, sometimes in a group. His reputation well known by the waitstaff.
He would have certain servers that would wait on him every time, and they knew he was going to tip them well.
Big bucks for a restaurant industry hard hit by the recession. Asked how much she'd love to see that kind of check, this veteran server and bartender is torn.
I'm sure that we would love it here, but not if we're paying for it out of our tax dollars.
We wanted to ask the mayor about the meals, questions like how many people were on that tab, but his assistant told us Davis wasn't available today. In the state, it's still waiting on that $170,000 Davis was ordered to repay. Reporting live, I'm Scott Knoll, WREG News Channel 3.
Thank you, Scott. A breaking news update now in Millington Central High School's lockdown today. A former 19-year-old student has been arrested and charged after threatening to kill the school principal, several teachers, and students. Jamal Smith was arrested by Memphis police a short time after the threats were reported and the school was locked down. WREG's Alex Coleman joins us now live with how it all happened and started. Alex.
Claudia, police say the threats were not made with a phone call, but instead the former student used his Facebook page to say he was planning a rampage at the school.
It is. It's nervous. I'm really nervous. Yeah.
At Millington Central High School, what started as a typical school day leads to rattled nerves as buildings are placed on lockdown. Parents such as Dana Grissom quickly rushed to the campus to get the lowdown about the safety of their children.
It's a big deal. I mean, the safety of my children is the utmost importance.
Police say former student Jamal Smith used his Facebook page to make threats against the school principal, several teachers, and students. One posting said, quote, "I got a kill list of the people I will target. I'm going to get them because they need to die." The 19-year-old goes on to say, quote, "I think I'm going to take my rampage out on Millington Central because that's where I got most people who didn't like me during my whole career at the school." The threat is why Rodney Askew's dad checked him out of school. Were you guys kept safe?
Yes, sir.
Explain that to me.
We had to stay. They like locked the doors, and we had to stay away from the windows and move far away.
Everything back to normal?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're still waiting to see, so get him out, better be safe than sorry.
School administrators didn't take the threat lightly.
Regardless of his intent, we view this as seriously. It's disruptive in nature, and, if somebody says, I was only kidding, not serious, we are serious. Now, this shouldn't happen.
But a few hours later, Smith was tracked down and arrested by Memphis police. That's while Millington Central students tried to get back to a normal routine on this school day that was anything but normal.
This bothers me, but I think they're taking care of it. I think by putting them on lockdown, it was for a safety measure.
Now, Smith was charged by police late this afternoon. School officials tell me they were unaware if he'd had any prior arrests or problems when he was a student. Reporting live in the newsroom, Alex Coleman, WREG-TV, News Channel 3. Richard?
All right, thank you, Alex. A man is behind bars tonight accused of shooting and killing his girlfriend in downtown Memphis. Tashower Dixon was found dead in the 200 block of Butler this afternoon. Her family told us her boyfriend was responsible. We were told the two argued a lot, but despite her family's pleas to leave him, she stayed. A few hours after the shooting, the boyfriend was picked up by police. So far, he has not been charged.
There's a website in Shelby County that's helping get bad guys off the street. It's called idthisperson.com. Once you log on, you can look at surveillance pictures state by state and help law enforcement put a name to a face. idthisperson.com offers a $25 gift card for tips that pay off. So criminals beware, there are now eyes everywhere.
From the On Your Side Weather Center, good evening. I'm Tim Simpson. We're looking at showers and thunderstorms approaching the Memphis and Mid-South area. First Defense Doppler 3D weather radar scans across the region right now showing most of these storms in north central and northeastern areas of Arkansas. And they continue up across into lower parts of Missouri as well. These are strong storms. Some of them have prompted some severe thunderstorm warnings. There's actually a tornado watch in effect for just north of us tonight, northeast Arkansas, lower Missouri, and on up a little bit further toward the north. Here locally, very warm temperatures, 70s right now across the area, and some very strong and gusty winds, up to 44-mile-per-hour wind gusts there in Caruthersville earlier today. Even here at News Channel 3, a 37-mile-per-hour gust. Coming up, we'll talk about this severe weather threat that we see to the north of us tonight. That'll be more of a southerly threat for tomorrow. So stay with us. Our weather segment is just moments away here on News Channel 3 at 6.
Very good. Thank you, Tim. The 2011-2012 NBA season could be over before it starts. Today, NBA players rejected the owner's latest contract offer. Players want to divide the league's basketball-related income 50-50, but owners will not agree to that. This is day 137 of the lockout. Commissioner David Stern says a handshake agreement needs to be in place this week in order to salvage an already shortened season, but the rhetoric suggests that's unlikely. In fact, a union representative says the Players Association may file an antitrust action against the NBA. Coming up later in sports in this newscast, Memphians talk about the possibility of not having an NBA season this year.
Oh boy. In Mississippi news, Toyota's new auto plant just outside Tupelo officially opens this week. That will mean a huge economic shot in the arm, not only for North Mississippi, but the effects will also reach all the way to Memphis. WREG's Dennis Turner has more on where the workers are coming from and how the plant will impact more than just one community. Dennis.
Good evening, Claudia. Few people know this, but Toyota has already been producing the Corolla model for about a month now at its plant. More on how that's possible coming up later on, but we got people in Blue Springs very excited about the prospects for their future. Randy Panel doesn't work at Toyota, but he's seen its benefits. He's built houses for at least 7 excited plant employees.
They like it, especially the holidays and the insurance. The insurance is great. That's what they tell me.
Employees at this plant mainly hail from North Mississippi, but some commute from as far away as Alabama and the Memphis area.
With South Haven and the Memphis area, you've got a potential manufacturing workforce a little over 750,000.
1,300 already work here, with another 200 expected to come aboard by year's end. That doesn't even count the 1,000 or so workers at 7 nearby suppliers and counting. How did Toyota get this plant equipped to build cars so quickly? Well, last year, Toyota shut down a joint venture plant with General Motors out in the San Francisco Bay Area and had all that equipment shipped to this plant in Blue Springs. Officials at Tupelo's Community Development Foundation believe Toyota brings the area's traditional manufacturing economy into a new era, and that's attracting folks from all over.
Our studies have proven people commute over an hour to 2 hours for a job like this, and eventually they'll move closer to the plant.
Randy Panel says getting Toyota was a trade-off, but he says it's worth it.
Destroyed some prime hunting land for Blue Springs, but the economic impact that it's going to have, we can hunt other places, but the economic impact was great.
Now, Toyota didn't just provide jobs. The company also endowed an education fund of $50 million just 2 years ago to help prepare new employees for its plant. Live in the newsroom, Dennis Turner, WREG News Channel 3. Back to you.
All right, Dennis, thank you. You have a chance to win extra cash for the holidays just by watching News Channel 3. Watch for the cha-ching chip to drop during the 6 a.m. hour of daybreak, and again tonight on News Channel 3 at 10. When you see the phone number, be the third caller, and you'll win the prize the chip lands on. Tonight at 10, up for grabs, $5,000. That plus a lot of other great prizes, and of course there are lots of cash prizes to be won on daybreak starting at 6 in the morning.
Wow. You know what you could do with I want
quite a bit. Certainly make a dent on that Christmas shopping, that's for sure. Lots of great prizes are still available.
And again, all you have to do is watch tonight at 10. A town survival tonight. Find out why an entire Mid-South town has to take cold showers and why town leaders can't seem to help.
Plus the NBA lockout. Find out the harsh words being thrown around by the NBA commissioner after the latest contract negotiations go south.